Hello, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the process. So we've talked about doing the impossible, and so many people get caught up on the how to do this. And so I want to just make it simple, a little bit simpler through telling you a story. There was a French entertainer. His name was Michael Lotito. And Michael Lotito was known for eating indigestible objects. Shopping carts, bicycles, television sets. He's known for eating an airplane, and it took him a while. He had to piece by piece by piece to go through that. Even what they say, about 16,000 feet of metal chain. But the process really was how he went through this, how he accomplished this. And the way he did this was breaking it down into smaller little pieces so we could take them in small pieces and just take it over a period of time. And that's the same way you should be doing everything you do. You're saying, okay, I'm going to do the impossible, and whatever that goal is, break it into smaller little chunks, smaller little goals. So you're going to say, okay, I've got this massive, huge goal, and I'm going to break it down into high, hard goals. And then from these high, hard goals, you're going to break it into individual goals, smaller goals, and then say, okay, what's the next best step I need to take? What's the next thing I need to do? Because the problem with most of us is we're looking at this great big goal, and we can't figure out how we get there, and we forget that we need to take the very next step. So I used the example of a child learning to walk. If they never took a step, they would never learn to walk. But you're not getting your 12-month-old, 1-year-old child up on their feet and saying, okay, we're going to now go run 6 miles. We're going to go run a marathon. You don't do that. You get excited when they take 2-3 steps and don't fall down. And that's really the way it works. If you're sitting there going, okay, if I do everything in my life that way, and I get excited for the steps I take, the next best step, and I make decisions on what I'm going to do each day based on the next best step, then you're very, very powerful. You get some really, really good opportunities to change the world. Not today necessarily, but through the things that you're doing today, you can change the world in the long run. Tony Robbins commonly says that most of us overestimate what we can do in a year, and we underestimate what we can do in a decade. And really what I want to do is I want to even tell you that you can speed that process up by taking your next step, and then the step after that, the step after that, and being very specific in particular and focused on what you're doing, so it needs to be in alignment with your massive transformative purpose. You need to set the appropriate smart goals so that it's something that you can actually accomplish. But like I said, don't limit yourself. Don't allow yourself to set limits on what you could accomplish, but do the impossible. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson, and this is Concordant Day 21, I believe, if I remember right. Your next best step. Do your next best step. Just like Michael Lotito was able to eat a Cessna airplane one bite at a time, one small piece at a time, you can do the impossible if you just focus on the next best step.